E aí pessoal, sejam bem-vindos a mais um vídeo no canal. Esse aqui é uma gravação teste das mixagens que eu tô fazendo aqui no microfone. Eu lancei um vídeo pra vocês ontem, mas o áudio não ficou muito bom. E eu tô dando uma mixada aqui. Eu vou lançar um vídeo, gravar o vídeo na verdade, e fazer o teste pessoal, pra ver como é que ele vai ficar, beleza? Então, já tô abrindo aqui. A gente vai estar jogando uma partida de NBA. E bora fazer os testes, pessoal. Hum, já estou abrindo aqui o jogo. Logo liberar a imagem para vocês. Prontinho, claro. Eu tô fazendo testes. Ontem eu joguei partida com os Clippers. Tentei jogar com os Nets, mas não deu muito certo. Aí eu vou tentar colocar aqui uma partida com o Atlanta Hawks agora, mano. Bora ver se não vai ter muita burocracia. Primeira partida que a gente vai jogar é jogando fora contra os Pistons, Detroit Pistons. Bora de game.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play one test game for each one. In the NBA 2K21 demo, you can also hit a quick game. That's right, you'll be able to play 5 total games with access to 4 stacked teams. Current Clippers, current Bucks, all-time Celtics, and all-time Lakers.
Oh, and the jam by Kobe Bryant.
2KU is also back in this year's demo, so if you
Gameplay
want
que é
to...
isso que importa, né, pessoal?
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. The giant fist of Joe Louis announcing Detroit as the
Já
setting
esse
of
é o
our
segundo jogo
broadcast
dele já
today.
no hotel.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game.
Esse é o primeiro jogo ainda dele, já é
Welcome
o
everyone to the
segundo.
broadcast table. Chris Webber to my right, Greg Anthony to my left. I'm Kevin Harlan and David Aldridge on our sideline. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, for all of the star power Blake Griffin had when he was in Los Angeles, it was tough for him to be the leader of the Clippers. There were bigger voices in the locker room, such as CP3 and Doc Rivers. But Pistons coach Dwayne Casey said, in Detroit, he's definitely the leader. When he speaks, everybody listens. This is his team. Kevin?
Yeah, and he has their confidence. David, thank you. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Detroit Pistons.
Os
On
próximos jogos
Saturday,
dele.
they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers.
Ah,
And
Chicago
then
Bulls
on Monday,
venceu a primeira
they'll be
partida
taking
deles,
on
mano.
Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup.
Olha aí, ó,
Early
caraca,
the two
Trae
with
Young
Hunter
tá
at the
muito
three.
engraçado, mano, aí,
Collins
mano.
is out there with Clint Capella, and it's Young in at point. And for Detroit, we've got Rose, John Henson out there with Griffin, and it's Kennard in at the 2. Big conference rivalry tonight, Chris. Think back to some of your legendary bouts between, say, your Sacramento team and the LA Lakers.
Oh man, my ears are ringing right now. I got the cowbells ringing in my ears just from you saying that. But
Pretty
it
exciting,
takes
wasn't it?
yeah. Oh man, it was awesome. But it's not just another game. Your pride is involved, and it's about your standings in the conference, and also it's about fan managing right. So for us, you know, it was
Que
like
bobagem,
we're
cara.
fortunate
Logo no
people in
comecinho.
Sacramento to be able to walk around in LA and say, hey,
Tá bom.
we're the best right now.
Deixa ele passa.
Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Beleza.
The pass to Herter. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Passes to Hunter. Kicks to Capella. From deep. Young inside. In the corner, Collins with it. Pass to Herter. 6 to shoot. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. No good on the triple. Here's Mikhailu. Knocks it loose. And the turnover again by Atlanta.
Calma, eu tô um pouco travado ainda, cara, jogando com um time diferente. Um pouquinho travado ainda.
And finished off by Griffin.
Passou praticamente só, agora sai o primeiro ponto.
Here's Young, and the layup's good off the glass.
And getting the offense started with a high-quality look down low.
Rose against Young. From 12 feet out. Rose, no good. The Hawks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And here's Young from the arc. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Nice,
and
nice,
the touch
nice,
Young
nice.
has from beyond the arc. He is almost unguardable from there.
Down low, here's Griffin. Collins with some nice D.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And he may not have gotten the same attention as some of the other picks back in the 2017 draft, Greg, but John Collins out of Wake Forest has been outstanding thus far in his career.
Really one of the league's best kept secrets. Tremendous athleticism, also great hands, and just has a knack for moving to the open spot around that rim.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit.
Well, to me, Clint Capella is a classic center. I mean, I love his hands. Great footwork. I mean, he takes what is given to him. He plays inside, protects the rim. And if you throw it up, he'll finish it with authority.
And let's take a look here at John Collins. Great showing for him last season. 15th in rebounding. And he was in the top 20 in field goal percentage. Able to create offense with tremendous efficiency.
And we talked about how strong he was on the board. Going hard at it at both ends last year. Really helping out his team. Rose, that's good. And with Capella, that finishing and rebounding are key to his game.
Yeah, and he's only going to keep getting better, Kevin, which is a scary prospect for every other center in the NBA.
Now, here is Young. He has 5. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Pistons trail by 9. Outside Rose.
Okay,
Pass to
let's go,
Kennard.
baby.
That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
It's Young on the wing. He's covered by Rose. Uses the glass to finish the layup. That's 7 points for Trae Young.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Yeah, right now it feels like they can't miss. We'll see how long they can make this last.
Count it, good. Herter's got 7.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this
Nice.
game.
Ai, quase eu consigo pegar a bola.
Here's Rose. Henson trying to break free. Rose, good.
The burst, the tight handles, all of it makes Derrick Rose one tough cover.
Eu acho que a gente tá indo bem. Acho que a gente tá
And
indo bem.
now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. A lot of player ejections in the playoffs last year. In fact, the highest in 3 decades. Seems like tensions with the officials are
Primeira
still escalating.
Well,
substituição.
yeah, the relationship between the players and the referees,
Como é que a gente vai
it's
sair
always an
agora?
ongoing process, and it's definitely getting better. But last year we had the highest number of new referees in the history of the
time
NBA.
principal.
And so you're going to
Gostei,
have
mano.
growing
Gostei.
pains when you have younger guys and understanding the culture of the league. But I like the way that we're going, and some of those rejections were warranted. Some of them weren't. I just look at that year as, that just happened. Let's see see what happens. I'm not going to hold players and referees accountable to last season. I think we need a little bit more context before we make a decision on player ejections and flagrants and things like that. Just a little more research.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Isso é errado, mano. Bateu na cabeça do cara, mano.
I mean, he's showing he's not to be messed with close to the basket.
Now here's Teague. Over in the corner, Reddish. Here's Bembry. He's covered by Brown. Bembry kicks to Dedmon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
Pistons trail by 10.
E aqui até agora eles não tentaram nenhuma de 3 pontos
46
ainda, né?
seconds left here in the opening quarter. Galloway, the pass to McCray. Back to Galloway. Over Teague. And that one hits back iron.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Count it.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
There's Galloway. Teague covering. Oh, Griffin in position.
Beleza, consegui.
And it's
Nice.
by Carter. They retain possession.
Ai, consegui.
Wood can't hit.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not
Quase.
right up on it.
Consegui
So
fazer
as
2
we end the
bloqueios muito
first
importantes
quarter,
aí no
already
final,
a
mano.
double-digit ball game. Hawks
Yeah, man.
lead by 12. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. A unique upbringing for Clint Capella. Spent years in a welfare orphanage in Switzerland. He said he never imagined he'd come this far.
Even as a kid, I wasn't even dreaming about that far. I always said it's even past my dreams. I mean, now I'm just living the moment, trying to work hard, as hard as I can, and just enjoy the present. Enjoy the present.
Just an inspiring story, Greg. It gives you perspective on why you should be grateful for everything you have.
Kevin, without a doubt, Capella's upbringing helped shape him, and the hard work he continues to put in is really admirable.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a very convincing performance here from the Hawks so far.
They came in on a mission, razor-sharp offense in that first period.
Yeah, and now they got to find a way to keep it going, keep growing that lead.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. And so in the game for the Hawks, Carter is out there with Reddish. Then there's Teague, and it's Fernando in at the 5. Home in the paint.
Falta,
And
mano.
last year, a tough one for Jeff Teague. Just
Sacanagem
couldn't
isso,
put
hein,
together his normal level of play.
You know, Teague missed some games with injury, but his shot just
Sacanagem.
wasn't consistent. His passing and playmaking were as
Yes,
strong
baby.
as ever,
Yes,
but
baby. Let's
you
go,
just
baby.
couldn't rely on him to score.
And so Teague hits 2 free throws.
And Chris, just how special was
Let's
it
go,
to play
baby.
for Detroit in your career? What relationship does this team have with their fans?
Yeah, it was so special. I mean, being able to go home to the house that I grew up in, or to where my parents lived, and be able to go to the Pistons practice and to be part of it, to put on that jersey. It was so special, man. This team is a mainstay of the city. I mean, you feel like you can lift up the whole city when you play for the Pistons. It was such a special part of my career.
Now here is Carter. And the pass to Fernando. Lets it go with the 3. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Fernando's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing
Tá
with
ali,
you
mano.
is all I care about.
Tá ali na beirada
That's
esperando pra
great to see.
entrar, mano.
Thank you, DA. And the Pistons with possession here. Following the three-pointer from Cam Reddish. Here's McRae. They can't stop the run with that one.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers.
Beleza, nossa bola,
And as
mano.
it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here.
Deixa eu
Gets
ver.
a
Trae
finger on
Young
it, but just can't quite come
entrou.
up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively.
Derrick Rose is checked in for Langston Galloway. Atlanta also making some changes here. Collins checked in for
Nice,
Carter.
man, nice, man.
Hunter comes in for DeAndre Bembry. Young is subbed in for Jeff Teague. Pistons trail by 20. Now a timeout called by Detroit. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
In-game adjustments are critical. They did an awesome job taking what the defense gave them.
Nice, man.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Atlanta. Kevin Herter comes in for Reddish. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Detroit, no good that time either.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
No, doing anything they can to stop the bleeding, but so far they've had no answers.
Now, how about the strength and focus on that one?
Nice,
It's clear Hunter up to the challenge at finishing on a physical defense.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Hey, Chris, with Dirk retiring, who now has the best fadeaway, you think, in the game from the post position?
It's a man that stole his move. Now, he didn't need to steal it. He just added on to his game. He's a great person. He's not a thief, but he uses that one-leg kick fadeaway, and he's the same height as Dirk. Oh, that's Kevin Durant, the best fadeaway in the game, period.
Towns is developing a nice one, too.
Oh, you know what? I love Towns' games inside, and what makes Towns so good is that he can fade away over the right shoulder.
Nice.
And you know why that makes it so tough? Because he can come over the left shoulder with a jump hook. Most guys with the best fadeaways, they have a counter that already gets you hung in on that counter. And then when you're thinking about that original move,
Vai fazer
bam,
jogão
they hit you with
aqui,
the
hein,
fade.
mano.
Here's Rose.
Tem muita
After the
dificuldade
basket by
até
Atlanta.
agora.
Passes it to Henson. Rose against Young to end the run. Rebound Atlanta.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. 3 straight baskets in transition now. They'll want to end that trend in a hurry.
Herter's gotten everything to go for him.
Cadê a
5
torcida
attempts,
deles, mano? Não
5
tô mais
makes.
escutando.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
They call him Red
Tô mais
Velvet.
escutando, mano. Ficaram
Kevin
calados,
Herter,
mano.
out of the University
O que
of
aconteceu,
Maryland,
mano?
proved he can stripe it from
Quero
day
só
one.
saber, mano.
And in front of you now is a list of the players with the highest shooting percentage last season. Second is Clint Capella.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
Here's Mikhailuk. Bangs home
Nice,
the trifecta. Mikhailuk's got himself on the board with 3 there. And Greg Herter, the 19th pick back in 2018. Sweet touch and at 6'7". Good size at the shooting guard position.
Ah, mano.
And the Hawks general manager,
Falta foi essa,
Travis Schlenk, coming from the Warriors with Trae Young and Kevin Herter. The Hawks hoping they have a kind of Splash Brothers East. Well, comparisons to Steph
Calma,
Curry,
calma, mais calma, mais calma.
unfair for Trae Young. And
Hey,
they're
here's dois,
quieting. His shooting percentages in year one leave plenty of room for growth.
Kennard's shot is off.
Beleza, ele
Well, they'll be
errou.
happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
No, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those.
Now here's Collins. And here's Young from the arc. They grab their own miss. In the corner, it's Hunter. From deep three-point range. Rebound by Rose.
And just not able to find the target from three-point
não,
range
de três,
here
né?
in the second quarter, although he did knock down one
Só fazendo
in the
uma
first.
marcação aqui mesmo.
Kennard kicks to Henson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Caraca, mano. Boa.
And Greg, you talked
Vai
about
errar
unfair
outro também.
comparisons for Trae Young. His career will always be measured against that of Luka Doncic after the Hawks traded back from the number 3 pick.
And Doncic going on to win Rookie of the Year, an instant star. And Trae Young with plenty of talent. and we'll see what he can accomplish.
Atlanta again missing.
Oh, defense, they just took that possession off. I mean, they get away with it that time, but they've got to show some more aggression.
The Pistons shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
He hits one and misses one each at the line.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Now, here's Collins. He's got 5, and that one drops for him. Young's got 4 points now in the quarter.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
The shot's good from Henson.
And that's the role they want for Rose, getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
Hits the three-point bomb. 14 points for Trae Young.
His energy level has never dropped in this game. I mean, he's working his tail off, and the D is struggling to keep up.
Young against Rose.
Segundinhos. Continua a marcação. Quanto mais longe, melhor.
This one for 3, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so a pretty lopsided game for the first half. The Hawks on top, just dominating this one. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the
Terceiro
sideline.
tempo
All right,
e
Dave.
intervalo. Na verdade, intervalo
Kevin, thank you.
depois do terceiro
Jeff, you guys had a great first half. Is the key to the second half to continue to be that aggressive?
Yeah, we got to play defense. They're a really good team. They're going to play hard. They're real physical. We just got to come out and keep guarding.
Jeff, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Bora ver o
2K
half
Sports
time.
Halftime Show. Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We saw Trae Young lighting it up in the first half. He had 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. He has bounced back nicely from what was a tough night for him in their last game. Judging by that first half, he's back to his old self again. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
More spectacular play by Trae Young. It's not just the skill set, it's the instincts of the game. Makes quick reads, and he's decisive.
Check. What'd you think about the Pistons?
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half. Start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
Trae Young tá com caramba, mano.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
Bora pro terceiro tempo.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. So it's the Pistons now. They host the 76ers after this game. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Kennard is out there with Derrick Rose. Then it's John Henson. Then there's Griffin. And it's Mikhailuk in at the small forward. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half. And Young kicks to Capella. That one, no good. And Detroit the other way now. And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
Kennard, the pass to Henson. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul.
I'm sorry.
Puts it up off the inbound, and it's laid in by Rose. Rose has got 8 points.
And as long as he retains that great explosion in his legs, Derrick Rose will be a factor around the rim.
Young dishes to Capella. Second chance shot. Shot's good from Young. 16 points for him.
They've shown some strength in the paint today.
Então dá chance, mano, pro cliente marcar alguns pontos enquanto ele tá livre ali, mas
Young with the steal.
não tá dando muito certo, mano.
Capella finds Collins. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Herder, no good. And, well, Detroit shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. And
Nice.
Capella sends it back.
An elite shot blocker in this game. Capella's athleticism and length allows him to stifle shooters.
And he gets the bucket.
Boa, mano.
Now Rose, 8 points for him.
Faz a marcação,
Pass to
Trey
Griffin.
Young, faz a marcação, Young.
It doesn't go for him. Collins with some nice D. Young inside, working on Rose. Young's shot is off. Pass to Mikhailuk. The tray drills the three-pointer.
Oh, the timing couldn't have
Cara,
been better
tá meio
on that
pegado esse
assist.
primeiro tempo, esse terceiro tempo, na verdade, início do terceiro tempo.
Oh, well, Kev, you know I always appreciate when a big man can create for others. Blake Griffin, he's one of the best in the game in that regard. Such a fantastic passer.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. Right side Teague, out to Carter. Here's the three. Rebound by the Pistons. Henson's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Chris, you almost forget just how big Griffin is because of how smoothly he can facilitate for others.
Yeah, Kevin, and I hate when people say he's a good passer for a big
Oh,
man.
man,
What type of caveat is that? He's just a good passer. He has great vision, superb timing, and that's why he's always been near the top in assists for bigs.
Hey, Chris, this year Pioneer Chuck Cooper inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Long overdue, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, he was the first African-American player ever to be drafted. I mean, let's just think about that. It's Jackie Robinson of basketball. He paved the way, and what he endured, and his teammates, by the way, of all colors, is well documented. And I think the Celtics need to, and I think they will retire his number 11 and have it hang up in that famed Raptors.
Às vezes eu troco de personagem errado, eu aperto pra pular e o outro cara lá no fundo pula, mano.
For a power forward. Whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for with hops.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, the Hawks have been in rebuild mode for the last couple of years, but this season brings a lot of optimism. Passing on Luka Doncic, the Hawks drafted Trae Young. It was much scrutinized, but Young came on down the stretch. His playmaking makes other people better, and also, they hope, will attract a free agent or two. Now the Hawks have added several rookies, starting with DeAndre Hunter. They believe they're poised to make some noise in the East. Kevin?
They took that gamble with Doncic, and getting Young, we'll see what happens. Thank you, D.A. Took him no time at all on that one. Teague's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And with the way Teague can move in the open floor, there's just no way to prevent him from getting points on a fast break.
Here's Henson. It's rebounded by Teague. Atlanta's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. The shot's good from Carter.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah. Horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
Here's Galloway. Griffin inside, defended by Carter. Griffin's shot is off.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there.
For Detroit, they've gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. There's the pass to McRae. Outside Griffin.
Beleza, faz a marcazione.
We've got 1:18 left in the third quarter of the game. Passes it to Galloway. Clock at 4. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Jeff Teague. Ball going up court. And Reddish, the bucket on the assist by Teague. Reddish has got 8.
And Teague knew that he would be open there. Great patience and vision from the point man.
Pass to Henson. Here's McCray and the foul on Cam Reddish. That's his first foul. Christian Woods checked in for the Pistons. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Carter. Here's Wood. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Now here's Teague. He's guarded closely.
Nice.
Lays it up off the glass. He's got 12.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Chris, one thing you have to like about Galloway is that he's always
Yeah, Galloway is the type of player that can see 5 minutes on the floor one game and then start and play 25 minutes the next one. I mean, just think about that focus for consistency. The production can be hit or miss, but he's a great plug-and-play option for a coach in need of filling minutes.
And the Pistons making a change here. Kennard's checked in. The Hawks have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7. A different look here for Detroit. Makai Lucas checked in, and it's Rose in for Langston Galloway.
Veio na maldade, bora. Completa essa pra gente.
That free throw good from Young.
And the comparisons to Steph Curry, it's understandable. Young's shooting ability is off the charts.
Rose scanning the floor.
14
Pass to Griffin.
segundinhos.
Poked away and stolen by Dedmon. Here's Herter, and he gets it to go from the high post.
Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
Yeah, when you're executing at this rate, you feel like no one can slow you down.
And so it's Atlanta, sitting pretty as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead all the way up there at 35 points. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back right after this.
Caraca, mano, estamos fazendo jogão, mano. Jogão, mano. Que isso, cara.
And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court right now for the Hawks, Young and Herter make up the backcourt. Dwayne Dedmon is out there with Jones, and it's Graham in at the 3.
And that's the advantage of having a lead guard who can both pass and shoot. Young draws attention and takes advantage of a poor rotation defensively.
Now here's Maker. The pass to Kennard. Goes to the reverse layup and taps it in.
And that's smart basketball. Maker showing nice awareness there, spotting the open man.
Young drives in. A beautiful reverse layup. Young's got 21 in the game.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
And the call will be against Damian Jones. That is his
Foi
first
mal.
foul
Nem
of the
tava
game.
controlando o cara, mano.
Today, Chris, I heard Commissioner Adam Silver
Tava
talking
controlando
about
era o Trae Young,
that
mano.
it strikes him sometimes how isolated players can be with cell phones and headphones, and those things wouldn't help that. Is it something that you've noticed or that you're concerned about?
I mean, with my nephews and nieces and friends that are younger and kids walking across
everybody.
the street looking at their phones and not even looking both ways.
You know, your play-by-play partner, whoever it might be.
Yeah. Oh, come on. You know, Kevin, those are the times. And so I would tell Adam Silver, Mr. Commissioner, yeah, that's a basketball problem. That's a world problem. How are we going to stop any of that? We're here now. There's no putting that genie back in the
Vai
bottle.
errar o Jones. Vai errar,
You
Jones.
look back at the Blake Griffin trade.
Vai errar o segundo.
Many
Vai errar
thought
agora.
the Pistons gave
É
up
sob
too
pressão.
much,
Vai
but
errar agora.
it's worked out for them.
Sim.
Yeah,
Ô,
losing the
miserável.
picks for Griffin, you have to admit it did hurt. But people forget that Griffin is a star player, and he reminded those same people last year. He's become the leader for this franchise as they try to move forward.
Here's Herter, and the call will be against Luke Kennard. That'll be his second foul of the game. Chris, what's your definition of most valuable player?
LeBron, Michael Jordan. Okay, let me. Okay, the best player in the league. That's my definition. Who makes players better? Who brings the fans into the game? There's only one type of player that's an MVP, and there's only about 6 guys in a year that can be MVP. But if you're talking about guys that help you, let's say, are the best on the contract or getting the most bang for their buck, you got to look at guys like a Siakam. You know, he's just making over $2 million this season, still playing on that rookie contract, and those are the guys that are on their way up. So you can always find young talent playing for maybe less than what they should be getting at that time. But the most valuable player continues to be the top 6 players in the league, period.
Here's Knight following the basket by Trae Young. Knight, and he banks in the layup. Knight's got his first basket of the night.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well. And their offense starting to show signs of life.
Herder, no good.
He's done almost no damage from three-point range in this game. No threes in this half, and only 1 in the first.
Hawks have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. And Young kicks to Dedmon. Off target with his 3. And for the Pistons, they're shooting 40% from the field. To the wing on the left. Here's Doumbouya. The rebound by Young. Young's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Herder. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. And here's Knight. He'll bring it up for Detroit. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Snell. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Snell's got 4 this quarter.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Yes, that goes in.
Solid there, just recognizing when to drive. When Young has some wiggle room,
Young tá cansado, mano, mas ele ainda tá no jogo ainda, mano.
Knight against Young. Now here's Knight. Tight defense on him. Misses in close. Atlanta's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Graham kicks to Dedmon. And here's Young from the arc. Cans it from downtown. Young's got 14 points here in the second half.
You have to guard Young tight. You got to know he's thinking of shooting as soon as the ball hits his hands.
And Herder gets it to go.
Yes,
Herder's got 19 points. For Detroit, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth, 4 of 9. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time.
Calma,
Young. Second foul of the game. See, where the
Tiraram ele,
NBA
mano, tá muito
always
cansado.
trying to improve every aspect of the game. And
Cansado,
that
mano, tá
includes
cansado, tá
officiating.
cansado.
Yeah, and it should include officiating, one of the most important parts of the game, and one of the toughest jobs within the business of basketball. I mean, these guys are making calls on the fly without the advantage of the camera at home that we have watching through the screen, or without the advantage of slow motion technology. So first of all, kudos to the refs that go out and give it their best every day. We have the best refs in any of sports, I believe, and we still need to improve on that. The league recognizes that, and I love the fact that everybody's doing it together.
And one team is just completely
Fez a falta, mano, na
outclassing the other.
sujeira, mano.
Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Hawks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Trae Young.
They needed someone to do the heavy lifting tonight, and he was their man, scoring every way he knows how.
Tá marcando, mano.
And
Tá
it's just
marcando.
competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great
Olha
fit.
aí, ó.
Doumbouya, good.
Maybe he's not a priority for the
Conseguiram, mano, marcar uma de
Come on,
3.
You gotta have somebody keeping track of him.
Kicks it out to Jones. The 3. But they'll get another chance. Pass to Graham. Trying his luck from deep. Sinks the 3-pointer.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game, a sustained effort across the board.
Jumboya can't get it to go.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot. Plain and simple. He's trying to force something.
Fechou, mano.
Rarely a good idea.
Fechou, mano.
So
Fechou.
taking care of business in this
Atropelo,
This
mano.
one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about Greg.
Atropelo, mano. Que isso,
I
cara.
mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll do it, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. So long and good night, everyone.
Atropelo, mano, essa partida, mano. Caramba, mano. Bora ver aqui, mano, os números. Não, mas eu não quero ver o deles, mano. Quero ver os meus, mano. Mano, 28 pontos, mano, do Young, mano. Mano, nossos dois maiores pontuadores estão aqui, mano. Nossos três, na verdade. Capela deve ter marcado 2 pontos. Trae Young. Caraca, mano. Jogou pra caramba, mano. Bora ver aqui agora. Quero ver os comentários, mano. Nenhum será, mano, da nossa partida, mano. Poxa, mano, nossa primeira partida, será que não tem nenhum comentário, mano? Aqui do Suns. Caraca, mano. Nenhum comentário da nossa partida, mano. Sacanagem, hein? Tô desmerecendo a gente, hein, mano. Deixa eu só avançar logo aqui. Nossa próxima partida vai ser jogando em casa contra Orlando Magic, mano. Mano, nada mais nada menos do que Orlando Magic, mano. Bora ver aqui como é que tá a situação. Tabela. Ó, em primeiro lugar, Chicago Bulls. Em segundo lugar, Philadelphia 76ers. New York Knicks. O terceiro, nós estamos em quarto com um jogo. Orlando Magic também ganhou. Milwaukee Bucks, mano. Boston. Esses times aqui tudo perderam o segundo jogo. Ou perderam o primeiro. Olha, Detroit Pistons perdeu mais um além da nossa. Tipo, ele tinha ganhado o primeiro jogo e perdeu mais uma seguida agora. Cadê o Orlando Magic? Tá aqui. Deixa eu dar o save aqui. Bom, pessoal, esse foi o vídeo de hoje por enquanto. Espero que vocês tenham gostado da partida e que as configurações de áudio sejam melhores, tá ok? Então, muito obrigado a todos que estão acompanhando. Não esqueçam de deixar o like de vocês, se inscrever no canal e me seguir nas redes sociais, que eu tô sempre publicando por lá quando tem vídeo e quando tem live no canal, beleza, pessoal? Então, obrigado a todos e até a próxima. Fui!